Hey guys, Llama here with another video. So, gonna go ahead and say sorry, my voice is kind of harsh right now, I'm not feeling the best, but I want to get this video out. So today we're looking at my automatic quarry system. So this model is more so my looks model. This is not for function. As you can see, there's nothing that pulls up any items. This model is completely for looks. As you can see, it doesn't pick up any items. I actually have tile drops off because they just drop into the world. This is my looks model. However, my fully automatic system that actually pulls up materials from the ground, it was inspired actually off someone on Reddit. I'll put their tag up on the screen. I wanted to go ahead and show you this. I'll show you how to create the other version just so you can get plenty of resources and stuff. And the other version is expandable. This size is actually restricted just because of this plate right here. It houses all the redstone and such, so you can't dig into this. But let's go ahead and go into the other world and I'll show you the efficient model. So this one right here is the survival model that I recommend using. I'm not going to go over the redstone yet. However, it's powered off a windmill for a pulley. That pulley sends this whole unit down. That unit gets pushed down, and then this goes in a circle based off some redstone up here, which I'll explain in a little while, and gets power off of 2 magma blocks. That's the only way that I've seen to move power in this mod pack, and once that got shown to me, it just opened up a world of possibilities for things. And it's infinitely expandable if you just keep adding on these linear chassis and keep gluing on drills. However, the only issue I found, the wider you make it, the more of a fan shape you have to make it. So just be wary of that as you expand it bigger and bigger. But theoretically you can. You'll just have some like rods sticking up in the circle. It's not that big of an issue if you're just looking for materials, because you can just go mine out the small bits that it doesn't mine up. But it also has an automatic system that pulls up the materials as well and goes into this chest, which you can flow out into any kind of storage system that you would like. And that's really about all that this thing does. So let's go ahead and get into the time lapse. I'll go ahead and make a time lapse for the prettier one just because it looks nicer. However, I will be going into the tutorial for this one. The other one's more of a proof of concept and meant only for looks of your world, just if you want a quarry somewhere in your world for some reason. Just for reasons, just so that the tutorial will be faster, I'm not going to glue anything. However, I will tell you what to glue to what. So right now what we're doing, I'm going to make a very short set of these drills. All the drills need to be facing down. When you make these drills, if they're facing down, they will actually push into blocks and they can drill to the sides. So you don't need to worry about going the downward motion or the sideways motion. So you want all these drills glued to these linear chassis. The linear chassis don't have to be glued to anything because of just the way that they work. They will connect to each other automatically. At this shorter length, you don't need to double up like I did on this model right here. However, as you get bigger and bigger, you need to start fanning out the drills more and more. Otherwise, you're going to start missing blocks. If you're not too concerned about missing blocks, don't worry about that. Just make it too wide the whole way. However, it starts getting really annoying after a while. Just be mindful of that. You're going to want to glue this redstone contact to these linear chassis right here. And then the one that goes on top of it, you want to glue this to the other linear chassis on the top section. But we'll come back to that in a sec. So make sure you glue just a few chests. Depending on how long the thing is, you're going to want to change up how many chests you put on there. That way that it can collect all the material as it keeps going. Because it's only going to make a single drop off every rotation. So you want to make sure you have plenty of chest space just so that it doesn't lose any materials in that 360 rotation. So next you want to put your mechanical bearing facing down. You don't need any glue because this already has glue on it. However, these chests do need to be glued to these linear chassis. You want a clutch right here with a redstone link. Just name this whatever you want. It's going to be hooked up to the redstone up top. I'll come back to the links in a second. Just make sure it is receiving. Along with a shaft on top. And what this will do, this will stop this motion right here and let the entire system move down, because you cannot push any moving systems with a pulley, so you have to stop it. Next, you want to put 2 magma blocks on either side of this clutch. This is going to be what powers the entire drill part, not the up and down movement, but just the drill. Next, 2 fans, 1 on either magma block. Go ahead and put some levers, activate them, and as you can see, they are now turning. This is how you move the power up and down, because otherwise there's just nothing that'll let you do that. Now that we have our power, we need to transfer our power from these fans using these adjustable chain drives. So these, when powered, double whatever chain drive they get. So as you can see, they're moving, and like I said, I didn't glue any of this for my own reasons, but you want to make sure that all that's glued. And if you want, you can just turn off this clutch and let it go, and that'll tell you what you need to glue and what not to glue. So this is the main unit of this entire system. The rest of it you don't have to have, however, it makes it a lot easier. So you want to put some linear chassis out. That's going to be glued to this magma block and to this redstone contact right here. And that way it's pushed down, this system gets combined together. However, you're not going to be connected to this one. Just make sure you don't accidentally glue these together or glue any of these chests or magma blocks to any of them to each other. You want this entire section to not be connected to this section. So for the item recovery, to make it automatically go back up to the top, you want to go and put a linear chassis here with a portable interface. That's going to connect up with a portable interface that's going to... So go ahead and put a portable interface right here. Make sure that wherever it's lined up on this side, make sure you have it in the same spot on the opposite side on the drill itself. This will let it connect to here, and it'll send all the items up through these chutes. You're going to want to glue 2 of these chutes together, because the 3rd chute is actually going to be placed by this arm right here. So this deployer will set the chutes as it goes down, and that's what lets it automatically bring items up to the surface. So you'll want to put another chest here glued to the dropping mechanism and fill it up with chutes. And then this deployer, since it's going to be glued to this system right here, it'll automatically take the chutes out of here and place them. I will say it is faster if you use advanced chutes. However, I don't recommend them if you don't have just a unlimited supply of redstone, because it'll just take forever. Last but not least, on this step, you want to make sure that your redstone is on the system. I found this out that it breaks if it's not, because this is always powered. Even if it's raising or lowering, it's powered, and it will make a pulse if you're not careful. But you're going to want to use a pulse repeater specifically, because you want a single pulse coming out of this. Anything else, and it will ruin the system, and it'll keep just infinitely looping. That's one of the things that I found out on my other design. It just didn't work properly. So everything that's currently glued together is going to be from this portable interface to this redstone contact up to this deployer. So everything's glued together, and your mechanical bearing. Make sure this mechanical bearing is glued to this system. I've had it way too many times where it isn't. Also, make sure that any levers and any redstone links all glued. If they're not glued, it won't move. And then what's glued to this drill system is going to be these chests, 1 redstone contact. These chassis are going to be glued to this portable interface, and then all the drills are going to be glued to all the chassis in the interface. So make sure that you have the right things glued to each other. If you don't, then it will mess up the system and it won't go down. So if you ever wonder why the machine's not moving, look back at your glue. It'll tell you a lot. So now that we have all that glued together, everything's ready, you want to put down the pulley. So this pulley goes down 64 blocks. So this quarry will only go down 64 blocks. So one of the improvements that I actually made on this system was this chain right here. So I'll be going over in the other one the method that I use for it, but this just lets me be able to push this down further. So I can move this unit right here as far down as I want, because these shafts don't have a limit. But the pulley does have a 64 block limit. If you want me to, I can go over in a short how to redo this mechanism to work, but it does make the base bigger because you have to hide the redstone. That's one of the only reasons I like the other one, is because it actually shrinks everything. So now we want to get the pulley set up to where we can connect it to the windmill. So you're going to want 2 chain drives here, 2 gearboxes, and a clutch. So this clutch will actually turn this system off. This is how you pull it back up. So the only issue that I found with pulling it back up is that the sequence gear shift can be broken. And it's just something that it's hard to overcome unless you're watching it, but it does allow you to be able to pull it up later. It just makes it a little bit easier. But you do have to get rid of all the chutes, which is also a hassle. It just depends on how you want to do it. I like it having there just as a precaution. But we're going to put in 2 more chain drives right here. This just gets the power from the windmill that's going to right here, going through all of this system back to the pulley. So before we get into the redstone, we're going to go on and make our windmill. I just like this design. Someone else showed it in their video, and I can't quite remember who it was, but if any of you know, let me know. I will definitely credit them. But I just love the look of it. It looks like a little rocket ship, and I just think it looks really nice. But this is going to power everything on the pulley side. This is what's going to drop it. It's going to be what picks it up. It does everything. So now we're going to start building some of the redstone. If you're ever wondering what these blocks are I'm using, this is fir wood. This is from Biomes of Plenty. I'm still looking at more biome mods to add into my packs and such, but for right now, we just only added Biomes of Plenty, but I found a lot more that I want to add. So if you ever have any mod suggestions, let me know. So you're going to want to go put some redstone on this sequence chain drive right here, along with one up here, because you can't put redstone onto the pulley itself. It sucks, but it actually works to our advantage right here. So right here, you're going to want to put a redstone link. This is going to be what powers this unit right here. It's going to be what switches this on and off. So lever right there, you want to leave that on. That just keeps the clutch off. That way you don't break this sequence drive. Set the sequence drive to 180. Just make sure you check whether this is going up or down. It's kind of hard for me to tell sometimes, but 180 will let it drop 1 block. You're going to want a powered latch right here. So this latch is going to be what turns on and off this system down here. Then toss a piece of redstone right here, another link coming in. So this is going to bring the power in from this redstone link right here. Now you're going to put in 2 adjustable pulse repeaters. These are going to be what allow the system to time itself properly. So I like to put 1 second, and then what another person showed in his video, like I said, I'll have it up on the screen and such. He does 4 seconds. I like the 4 seconds as well. It's just a good time to have it lower and everything. This one right here, you're going to power outside of all this, only because you need a fast fan to pull the items up quickly. And then any kind of method you want to get items out of this chest, just send it off into a storage unit, send it off to a bunch of chests to move later. It's up to you, but just remember that a lot of items are going to be collected here. This thing works really, really fast, actually. So none of this needs to be glued right here. The sails will automatically attach to these linear chassis, and it'll automatically connect to this windmill bearing. So don't worry about gluing any of that. But that is the entire system done. So like I said before, make sure everything's glued properly. Make sure everything's set up the way you want it to. So guys, I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. I am really proud on this design and just how small and compact the other version is. And I'm proud of just how good this one looks. So if you do like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. It means a ton to me. And if you want to see more videos in the future, hit that sub button. I'm also doing more building, more designing and stuff, and just overall just different things on the Twitch channel. So if you ever want to check me out live, I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, 5:30 CST. But I really do hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any problems, if you have anything you need help with, or you just want to chit chat, I also have a Discord. So if you want to come hang out there, the link's down below. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.